As the legal battle challenging the electioneering victory of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu intensifies, the president's legal team has said that if the president's electioneering victory is nullified on grounds of 25% FCT votes, there might be chaos, anarchy, and doom in the country. This is Political Insights on VOS TV Nigeria. My name is Jude Aweke. Just before we dive into the discussion segments of the program, let us take a look at this background report packaged by Tracy Obushe.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has warned that removing him as president over his failure to score 25% in Abuja in the presidential election may trigger anarchy in the country. The president disclosed this through his counsel, Wole Onikpekun, during the final defense at the Tribunal, currently reviewing the suit brought by Atiku Abubakar of the PDP and Peter Obi of the Labour Party to challenge Tinubu's victory in the February 25, 2023 presidential election. Addressing a section of the Nigeria Constitution that said a presidential candidate must score 25% of votes in 2/3 of Nigeria's 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. The president's legal team told the court to be extremely careful about giving extreme interpretation of the constitution that could spark chaos. Tinubu's counsel concluded by urging the court to resolve the issue against petitioners in favor of the respondent by holding that any election where the electorate exercise their plebiscite, there is neither a royal ballot nor royal voters. The residents of FCT do not have any special voting rights over residents of any other states of the Federation. Tracy Obushe, reporting for VOS TV News, Benin.
Thank you, Tracy Obushe, for that report. Now joining us in the studio for the discussion segment of the program is Barrister Gabriel Ehigiator, a legal practitioner in Benin Metropolis. Hello, sir. Thank you for joining us on the program.
Thank you so much for having me. Good afternoon, Nigerians. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. So, the provision of the Constitution is very clear on 25% votes in the FCT as a criterion for anyone to be declared as president-elect in the country. And this is what the president's councils are saying in the suit challenging the president's electioneering victory. So what's your position on this?
Well, it's clear. The law is clear. Legal. We do not misinterpret the laws. The foremost law that govern our social electoral system is the Electoral Act, which are stipulated very clearly that for you to be declared president, you must have scored at least 25% of the 25 votes of our dear state. But I don't think that's the basis of the issue actually going on in our nation, because we have trashed that issue long before now. And we look at the procedure that have been going in the tribunal, they have almost closing up their cases. I think the Ahmed Tinubu counsels and legal team have already adopted their defense, have tender their exhibit evidence before the court. The issue moving around that the president, if the president is being disqualified, or if there to be a rerun election, or there to be a decision of the court on turning the election of President Bola Tinubu, there will be chaos. That statement, of course, media have been saying that was accredited to the sitting president. But I want to say that is not true. That is not true. Over time, I've read newspapers, I've read news, I've listened to political discussion. We have also carried out our own private personal investigation, journalism, to find out the true entity of such statement. Because we don't believe that such statement can come from a president. Take it or leave it, like it or not. Even when there are issues in court, it remains the president as today. So that statement wasn't made by Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I just think it's a kind of social media, gist and discussion that people just formulated, because we cannot have a president that is threatening the national unity of our country, threatening the social entity and the sovereignty of our nation. A nation that which is the president currently, and that a nation that is being governed after. I think it would be very insensitive to make such statements. So although I'm not a spokesman for the presidency, the presidential spokesman have not come, Dele Aleke, have not come to make a proposal or debunk that statement. But we are so surprised that a statement is flying up and down. A sitting president cannot be threatening his citizens and threatening the sovereignty of the nation simply because he is about losing an election.
But this particular story,
Yes.
it's in the mainstream media, not just the social media.
Yes.
So don't you think it's actually true? Because it's in the mainstream media too.
Yeah. But what we have is that I know people are trying to take the silence of the presidential team, the silence of the presidency to be, a conformity, because a loss. Silent can actually mean that, yes, you are agreed. Silent can actually mean consent, even if the presidency have not come to debunk, they've not come to respond to such allegation. I don't think that it is right for president to make such statement. I don't want to believe, as a legal practitioner, that the president actually make such statement clearly
Sorry
at all.
Sorry to cut you short. It's the president's legal team that the statement was accredited.
The president legal team said that because considering the conformity of our society, then it may create crisis. Like it or not, Bola Tinubu has his supporters. Just the way Atiku Abubakar has his supporters. Just the way Peter Obi has his supporters. So there must be, some kind of jabbering and chaos and issue. But that does not, dismantle the continuity of a government of a state. It doesn't. It's just an anecdote. It's just a comment. It's just an opinion that was made. So it's just a silly comment made by the legal team of the president, but not be accredited to the president himself. President Bola Tinubu cannot make such statement. It's a statement made by an individual or probably by a legal team. Of course, they represent his interest, but that statement is not for the presidency. So such statement should be accredited to the man who made the statement, not President President Ahmed Tinubu.
But making such statements, bearing, considering the situation that we are now in the country, if you said the statement is not from the president and the legal team, they are representing the president, don't you think it's unwise?
Sometimes there's no, vicarious liability in law. That's why they have to come with criminal law. And the statement was made by a man who, and do not also forget that it's not just one person that made up a legal team.
A man engaged.
Of course.
A man
it's not just one person made up. It's not just one person made up of a legal team. There are several lawyers that made up a legal team. So you cannot take the statement made by one man to represent the interest and the reality, the generality of whosoever they are representing. No, it doesn't stay well. I mean, Bola Tinubu have not come to make such statement. That statement is dangerous to our national unity. So something can only be, accredited to the man who made such statement, not to Bola Tinubu. Just as I said earlier, I am not a spokesman of the presidency, but I know for sure that presidents cannot make such a silly comment. I know you are going, media, you are going to come up with the issue. Oh, after when it was being inaugurated or being sworn, he made another statement talking about the fuel subsidy and what have you, and the chaos it created. Yeah, that statement was made by the president, clearly. It was clearly made by the president. It was a silly comment made by the president in his speech and in his address of the nation. But this particular comment was not made by Bola Tinubu. It was made by a person, a counsel, who is part of the legal team.
Such statements.
It is clear. It is clear.
Case.
It is clear. Sometimes we lawyers can be overconfident in what we do in issues that to do with adjudication and litigation. Anybody can make such comment, even if it is a silly comment. Anybody can make it just to boost their self-morale, just to create the impression that, yes, there's a way out, we are winning the war, we are winning the battle, and what have you, So I don't also think that those who actually made that comment, the more actually made that comment, actually mean anyhow. I just think he wanted to boost, his personal confidentiality and to build up, the morale you have, because as a lawyer, when issues are before you, you must have a high standard of morale to be able to, pave way while you are, in the course of litigation. So to me, that is what really happened. I don't think there's any cause for alarm at all.
Okay, so sir, you talking about, you've come and clearly to debunk that the statements isn't from the president.
Yes,
Was it from the president?
yes.
I mean to say. So, what's your advice to members of the public? Because
We should remain calm. We should remain calm. We should remain calm, and I've said it over time, even on media houses, that we should not preempt the court. We should not naked the court and make the court to dance like a naked masquerade in the public. We should allow the court do its job. The matter is already before the court. It's not an issue that you have to prevent that. I sure have to bring in an ADRO, alternative dispute resolution. Election matters are sui generis. They are very important, and they need urgent and serious attention. That's why the law guides you the number of days and number of time. That's why the law will say 160 days. The law will say 180 days. The law will say 90 days, because days are very important to law. So I do not want the public to start going, over their daily activities and carry what we call, rumors that are not even true. So that should calm down. We should continue to match an eye on the tribunal and see what the court will do. Because whatever the court will do at the end of the day is the law.
This issue is really calling for concern.
Yes.
Like I reiterated before now, the articulated and the obedient, they are worried, that how could such statement be coming from the #1 citizen of the country? But if you come on to debunk it, that it's false, you're a legal practitioner.
Yes. I think we should give it time and see if the reality of that comment will make manifest.
Okay, I would like you to comment on the tribunal sitting so far.
Well, there's a rule of court that governs the activities of the court. It's not a rule that anybody can break into. I think to some extent, the tribunal have also done very well. In that this is the only tribunal we're actually seeing with, there's been sitting with so much peace. We have not actually seen incident of after court sitting, people are fighting. After court sitting, people are shooting guns. We have had a series of issues in the country where a court session is going on, people are shooting guns sporadically, and the judges and what have you are running away for their life. But we don't have that this time. So I think to some extent, I must salute the litigants, I must salute their supporters for their calm nation, even there seems to be, one or two unpleased attitude in regards to the way and manner the court is being. But I told you not quite long that the court have its own rules. At the beginning of the issue, when we have issues of people saying we have to, they have to allow cameras into the courtroom, and other opponents were saying, no, we don't need the camera and what have you. But at the end of the day, it was the court who could give such ruling. It was the court who could say, we do not need the camera. It was the court who could say, yes, we need the camera. It's the court that could, so the court have its own rules of operations, which is called the rules of court. We have the rules of customary court, we have the customary court rule, we have the rules of the Supreme Court, Court of Appeal, and what have you. So every court, even down to a tribunal, has a rule. And the court must go by their rule. So by the time you start making comments that does not align with such rules, you are just carrying what we call rumor. So I will appeal to Nigerians. So remember, calm, and let's hope that justice will be done to who justice is being done to.
Thank you very much, Barrister.
I appreciate you.
We appreciate your comments so far on the program.
Yes.
Nice having you on the program.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And that is all for now on Political Insights VOS TV Nigeria. Thank you for watching. Do join us subsequently for next episode. My name is Jude Agweke. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on notification button for updates. Thank you. Bye for now.